So for the purpose of the recording, I'll just introduce myself again. I'm Chris Engel, the coordinator of the planning scheme team here at the City of Moreton Bay, and will be your presenter today. So please be aware that as the focus of this webinar is the Better Housing Amendment and what it means for our neighbourhoods across the region, we will be addressing the proposed changes at quite a high level. Unfortunately, we'll not be able to answer any questions regarding how the planning scheme applies to specific or individual properties. You can separately go to the building development section of Council's website to find instructions on obtaining further advice around these types of inquiries, or to actually request a pre-lodgement meeting. Also, thanks very much to those of you who submitted questions when you registered for the webinar. The team have compiled those and I'll try to respond to as many as possible during the session. But for those we don't make it through today, we'll address these with a written response, which we'll distribute by email to everyone who registered. The Better Housing Amendment incorporates 5 key policy areas. So what I'll do is I'll answer the questions relevant to each policy area as they're covered. So throughout the webinar, if you do have any additional questions, you are welcome to submit them via the Q&A function. But just to note, we do have a lot of content to get through in the session, so we will have to follow up our responses to these questions via email. So firstly, the City of Moreton Bay and the project team would like to respectfully acknowledge the Kabi Kabi, Jinnabara and Turrbal peoples as the traditional custodians of the lands and waterways of the Moreton Bay region, and pay our respects to their elders past, present and emerging. We recognise that the Moreton Bay region has always been a place of cultural, spiritual, social and economic significance to First Nations people, and we are committed to working in partnership with traditional custodians and other First Nations communities to shape a shared future that celebrates First Nations history and culture as an irreplaceable foundation of our region's collective identity.